Welcome, everyone, into our latest edition of the USFL podcast interview series, bringing you the latest conversations from players, coaches, and personnel and personalities from around the United States Football League. Today, I am pleased to be bringing in a running back that's really been hitting the scene hard in his first three starts and really leading league in helping lead league in statistical categories. He's the lead rusher in the USFL. He has the most rushing touchdowns in the USFL. Making plays every week and one of the arguably the most exciting offense in the league. I'm joined by New Orleans Breakers running back Wes Hills today on the show. Wes, good to have you on, man. I know we obviously scheduling and things, we bounce around, but I'm glad we got this to finally work.
Yeah.
Looks like you're fresh off practice as we were talking.
Yeah.
How was practice today, man? You
It
feeling good?
was, yeah, feeling great, man. It was a great day of practice, executed out there, worked on a few things, and, everything's coming together great. Excited about Sunday for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, geez, you guys, like I said, you guys are coming off a really tough battle with the New Jersey Generals, real
hmm
slugfest. I mean, for you, saying you got 88 yards rushing and 71 yards passing seems like, oh, compared to the last 2 weeks, it seems almost like a down week for the rushing category is what's kind of nuts, but getting a bit in the passing game, like I said, got seven catches in your under your belt there.
Right.
How do you view that as in terms of getting, I would say, showing off your talents in both regards?
At the end of the day, man, I just want to do everything I can to help the team win. You know what I mean? And like you said, it was a slugfest, man. The Generals are a great defense. The fact I was able to get 88 yards is an accomplishment by itself. But just being able to show up where my team needs me, whether it be the running game, pass game, or blocking. Yeah, at the end of the day. So I was lucky to get seven catches in. At the end of the game, I found out I had 71 yards. It didn't even feel like that when I was out there. So go out there, just try to have fun with the guys, man, and just enjoy yourself, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just go out there, have fun, let it all, enjoy the moment.
Oh yeah,
Especially
and we've
playing in a
been
Hall of Fame field too.
yeah, that too. Yeah, nice new turf and everything to add on to that.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, man, it was great. Great field around, Hall of Fame is right there. You could just feel the greatness in the air. You know what I mean? So
Right. Well, you're on the road a little bit, of course. I know it's more fly in for business. How much do you get to kind of you're in Canton? Do you get any chance to maybe go to the Hall of Fame, or are you still planning maybe like another trip when you get up there?
I'm hoping if everything goes according to plan, when we go to the playoffs, I plan on going back up there for
There you
sure and
go.
checking out the Hall of Fame. I didn't have enough time to go during the game. You locked in, focused on that. So if we end up being out there during the playoffs and we have extra time, I'm definitely gonna go for sure.
Yeah,
For
well,
sure.
definitely that's the goal. You guys are well on your way. 4-0, only undefeated team in the league right now. Just
hmm
want to kind of touch on what we're talking the Breakers. If you could describe your offense right now in one word, just talking yourself and then all the talent around you right now, how would you describe it?
Um, just talking about the team for maybe got a lot of dogs. You've heard me say it a lot in interviews, man. We got a lot of guys that are hungry to win, hungry to go out there and play, and hungry to prove themselves. You know what I mean? And everyone has a goal to get back to the NFL or just to be able to showcase their abilities and whatever scouts or people say they lack. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
everybody's just hungry to prove themselves, man. That's what I said. Like this team is special, and I said it because we come from all different backgrounds and we have such a small or short time to gel. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the fact that we're able to come out here, we didn't have OTA, we didn't have mini camp or any of that stuff, and then come out here and we're 4-0, we're like this. Everybody's cool. Everybody, loves each other. There's no bad blood in this locker room. It's all great, positive vibes. It says a lot. You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely. I do want to ask on a specific game in particular because during our live stream for the beginning of the season called Spring Stock, we had Gerard Fernandez and Vontae Diggs on. One specific item we brought up was at least the game coming up against the Stallions at the time. You guys did get that win.
mhm.
Talking with some of your teammates that were on last year's roster, I assume you could sense that was a game that was very much on the calendar because we got that
Oh
sense
yeah.
when you guys played them, and it felt that way at the end that meant a little bit of something.
Oh yeah, for sure. When I first got in, that's all we heard about. That rivalry, that being in their hub, being in their city. Mind you, the Stallions is a great team. And
Hmm.
you're able to go out there and execute as a shootout. And they let me know when I first got here that that's the game to win. You know what I mean? Just like any rivalry game, we have to win that one. They beat us 3 times last year. Left a bitter taste in our mouths, and all the veteran players that were here last year let it be known how to set the standard and how to approach it, and we had to win that game. You know what I mean? So it
Right.
was it was it was it was great that we were able to go out there and win. The first one, like I said, we got them again. So they're a great team. I'm excited for the second game, but I take every game one game at a time. So main focus right now is on Memphis. And when Memphis after this week, then we got the next team. You know what I mean? So one game
Mhm.
at a time, one play at a time is our mindset.
One game at a time. I love that mindset. Former player myself, although I only get to high school, so can't really brag too much. But I relate. I always like
Okay,
that.
okay, okay.
Focus on what is immediately in front of you. You can't focus too much on going too far ahead. Gets in your head a little bit too much, if you ask me. Look, I got to ask you about this because while I was getting ready for this show, reading up on your story as a player, I mean, you've been through a little bit. It
Yeah,
seems. Um, and
adversity for sure.
and I know it seems that I didn't mean to put it that way, but just from my gatherings, I'm not you. I
Hmm.
don't have your experiences. I can only read up and gather what I can immediately. But um, I understand you're lucky to even be playing right now,
Hmm.
and that you've had some opportunities that you've gotten your way, that you've even got a chance to elevate and get to the NFL and get to these opportunities you have currently. Would you like to tell
Right.
us your story, please? I'd love to hear it.
It's been a long journey, man. It's been a real long journey. Coming from University of Delaware, and then transferred to Slip Rock University. It's a D2 school out in Western PA. I was blessed. Got a call from Coach Lutz with the opportunity to play for him. Season was going good, going great. I moved out there. I want to say I was out there for maybe like for a few months.
Mhm.
Got a job, worked at a detention center, night shifts,
You work in
graveyard
security. I
shifts.
read that. I read that, and I'm like, oh,
Uh-huh.
security guard. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at a detention center, I worked the night shifts, man. I'll do that every night. Get home, rest for probably like 2 hours, 3 hours, go to training in the morning, um, do it all over again. You know what I mean? That was my schedule back then. And then once I season was over and I'm going to getting a call for the NFLPA game. That that was a blessing by itself. Beginning of the week, it looked like I wasn't going to be playing. It didn't look good. We had 3 backs. It
Hmm.
seemed like I was the fifth back on the roster. So luckily, got opportunity and ran with it. I was able to go out there, start, did my thing. Senior Bowl came and ended up getting injured in a game, and been just trying to battle back ever since. And when I was in college, I ended up getting in a car accident, a really bad car accident. Um, Wrecked the car. Just lucky to be alive. I was able to walk
Wow.
away from it unscathed, which was a blessing. But it changed my mindset when it came to a lot of things. To be able to walk away from that, and I was just 1 inch away from not being here. You know what I mean?
Dang.
So every day is a blessing. Every situation or opportunity I get, I try to make the most of it. That's just the mindset I have now. And then, as you know, I went to Arizona. I wasn't 100% in Arizona, but you got to battle. Once you get
Right.
opportunity, you got to make the most of it. And then, like I did, I feel like I made the most of that opportunity and I got cut, and then got a call to go to Detroit. And I was there for maybe about 2 years, I want to say.
Hmm.
Try to make the most of that opportunity with them. I scored 2 touchdowns there and never got a chance to play again. And after that, it's just been I was out of football for a year. I was actually a trainer. I was a trainer up in North Jersey. I'm originally from New Jersey.
Okay.
I was there. Got a call from Canada to play. Ended up playing in Canada for 2 years, and then like I said, it's a long journey, man. It's up there for 2 years. Only played 6 games, man. Same thing I'm doing on the field now. I was doing up there, in practice, but I just the ratio. I never got opportunity. So
Hmm.
once I did, I ran with it. We ended up making the playoffs that year. Didn't want to bring me back. Unfortunate. I loved Hamilton, all the staff, love the guys out there, man. It just didn't work out. But I got blessed with this opportunity to play here in the USFL with a great group of guys, man, and just hearing all the legends that played in USFL and had the opportunity to play in NFL afterwards. I jumped at the opportunity. Contemplated a little bit on being done with football and looking past it. I'm glad I stuck with it.
Yeah.
And here we are, man. Same thing. Just wait my turn, wait my opportunity, and then once I get it, you got to run away with it, right? So didn't play the first game, but try to make the most with special teams. My role, so whatever role I was given, I try to make the most of that role. And
Oh,
I was able to make some plays special team wise. And week 2, I got the call and opportunity, and here we are.
yeah. Full pun intended. You did run with it. So you'll come to learn. I love my puns, but no, full serious note on this though. Like I said, I think this level, I love hearing different players just kind of their back and forth up and comings, if you will. Just kind of getting to this level, because it's not always a straightforward shot. It's not
Mhm.
always that simple where it's like, well, I got to a big Power 5 school, I got in the NFL, and now I'm here. Sometimes it is well, I got my second chance and I got to go and finally take that chance, and I've been kind of getting reps now. And I think that's what you
Mhm.
alluded to was, now with New Orleans, and even a little bit more, even a little bit so with Hamilton, getting reps, getting those consistent, possibilities to kind of hit the field and show off some tape and get some
Right.
more out there for people to look at. And as like I alluded at the beginning, you've been clearly showing that off through 3 games. Again, keynote, 3 games, didn't even see you week 1 start, and now you
Right.
hit the field, and rest has been just kind of going so far. I do want to ask you about something football wise as a running back and as a CFL running back, mind you,
Mhm.
because one thing that was caught in the last telecast about with then when you had I believe it was Jack Collinsworth asking your quarterback McLeod Bethel Thompson about the CFL. It's a 3-down league, and
Yeah.
watch it. I do watch it. Running game, you do have to take a bit more of a risk because it is 1 less down. You better hope you
Uh-huh.
that 4+ yards to get on that down. Otherwise, it's a little more pressure on the passing game for yourself. I mean, do you feel that? Did that feel a little bit more of that emphasis when you're getting a snap like that? And it's like, you better get to a certain point.
A
We got to
hundred
get
percent, 100%, man. Being up there for the 2 years, the run game is kind of non-existent. It's more of a passing league, as you can tell. Like you have to have a good running game. Don't get me wrong, but
Mhm.
the field is wider, the field is longer. Running the ball is not most teams' first priority. So
Sure.
going up there and trying to run the ball is tough because, like you said, it's 3 downs. You got 2 shots at it. Really one, if you don't get that 5 yards or 6 or 7 on that first clip, most likely you're gonna throw the ball, and probably won't see it till the third or fifth possession. So it's just like so at that point you just kind of have to understand the game and understand when you get that opportunity, make sure you make the most of it because you might not see that ball again. But one thing I loved about Canada for sure, it helped me grow my game as far as the pass game, as far as blocking, as far as just understanding the game. So like I'm forever grateful for the guys out there in Canada because they help get me, help improve my game so much. You know what I mean? So um I'm forever grateful for that. So
Yeah.
um, just to help make me a complete back. Put everything together, all the little pieces I need to work on in those 2 years. I wasn't playing, I was getting the extra working on the field, or whether it be the film room or whatever, whatever I needed to get over that edge. So when I did get that opportunity, I would run with it, and like I said, the rest is history.
And you're talking about a point that I think it's more NFL discussion in terms of professional discussion is, the running back game, and a lot of this game anymore, NFL wise, it's, you have to have those two. The best backs have the both elements down, correctly, or
Mhm.
at least the trifecta if you want. If you have a
Right.
good enough blocking, they'll love you. If you have the pass catch ability, they'll really love you. And if you can find and hit daylight and get those angles and find those alleys that maybe you're coming up with a little bit of patience,
Uh-huh.
you're definitely going to be a valuable asset. I'm going to be throwing you on the field 24/7. So
Right.
here, and you're talking last week, like I said, like you're talking with the 71 yards. Me and my co-host leading into the show talking about the breakers, and obviously bringing you up because you're currently playing as well as you are. We're like, oh yeah, wow, he did have 7 catches. Like we didn't even think about that, but realized, oh yeah, that is kind of what they had to lean on. So just getting those techniques down, and the CFL is one of the perfect leagues for that because the passing game is such an emphasis there.
Right.
And I bet
Exactly.
MVP's been telling you that, or both of you do, because both of you played during that time frame. He's obviously he's a 2-time MVP, MVP
Uh-huh.
Cup quarterback. I know just from having a chat with him.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we played on rival teams, so we played against each other for like probably
Right.
four times a year, 3 or 4 times a year. So like that rivalry, that Toronto versus Hamilton rivalry runs deep. You know what I mean? So I was curious to see how it was going to be when we first got together. We talk trash every now and then. I'm gonna get him to wear a Hamilton tie cat shirt one of these days, and
Oh wow.
he keeps telling me he'll never do it, but I'll get him to do it one of these days.
Don't worry. You'll find something. Just takes a little bit of a bet or whatever you want. You'll get it
Uh-huh.
down, but it does
Uh,
it might sting a little.
yeah, just a little bit.
Just be careful because if he goes back with some Argonauts light blue apparel for it might look like a Breakers thing, but he could fool you pretty easy now.
I
Just
was about to
saying.
say, I might, if it says breakers for sure, I'll wear it. Anything else? Nah, I can't do it.
Wes, I think I got to ask you just you're talking, like I said, there's a lot of veteran guys from last year's team that did sneak on, but you're one of the newcomers that's really a big face for this, John DeFilippo led,
Mhm.
unit roster. What are the best words you describe John DeFilippo as a head coach?
Um, there's so many words I can use, man.
Or flip, whichever
Um,
way you reference him.
um, Coach Flip, man, I love him, bro. He's a great guy, man. He's an amazing guy. One thing that I'll never forget is first day of camp. He comes in. Mind you, not everybody knew everything that was going on with Coach Flip. Not everybody
Okay.
knew about the situation with his back and everything like that.
Yes.
And so when he first came and he let us know what was going on, and it just he was still willing to be with the team. He wasn't making any excuses. He wasn't trying to get out of it. Anybody could have got out of it. You know what I mean? Like to deal with that first, but yet he still was such a competitor and so hungry to go out there and coach us to be great. Like really stuck with a lot of us. You know what I mean? Stuck with a lot of players. And the fact that he ran out there, I'll never forget that right there showed me how much of a dog mentality he has, just to prove people wrong, because he was told that he might not be able to walk again. You know what I mean? And
Right.
at day one, first game, ran out there. He had no business running out there, but he ran out there, man, and that really got us going. That we can get behind a coach like that. You know what I mean? That's willing to go out there and prove everyone wrong and have that dog mentality and just want to go out there and just let's do it. You know what I mean? And we can get behind a guy like that. Like I said, coach is a dog, man. Coach is a genius when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. And just as a head coach, he's just amazing. He can reel us in when he needs to. He can, let us be ourselves without us having to, be so uptight and everything like that. And it just I just love everything about him, man. He's more probably one of my favorite coaches for sure so far. For
Well,
sure.
I'm glad to hear about that run on the field from a player's side of it so far, because I think all of us fans were very much a similar deal where it's a pretty powerful moment, reading up on
It
kind of
is
the what he's going through. That it's horribly painful is what it sounds like. And
100%.
I can only imagine going through having to put in that effort just to be like, I'm going to be on this field, do my thing, prove myself at being on this spot. That's really really impactful to hear that from a player's side, because coach player relationships so vital in football. I
It
think
is.
just to, you got to buy in both ways.
No, for sure. And just have a coach that's like that. anybody can get behind that. Anybody can go out there and leave it all on the line for a guy like that, man. So it was a no-brainer to go out there and, play your best, do your best for him. And the staff that he put together, which is awesome too, man. And they all do, great jobs preparing us each week for each team we play. And I'm lucky to be on a team like this. Let me just say that, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, you definitely taught, like I said, for a roster that it is right now, it's a pretty damn good one. We can tell, and we're glad to have you in the league. Before I let you go, obviously these days, good players in the league are getting some T-shirts of their own. Clearly, you saw that you have the King of the Hills one from Breaking T. Really nice. Now, I got to ask you, talk about the dog mentality. Do you wish you can get in a little bit of a, hey, what about the dog shirt? I could probably get a dog shirt in there.
Oh man.
Maybe maybe get an alternate where it's like I'm just sneaking the phrase right underneath it, or it's like a speech bubble.
I might have to talk to him about that one for sure. I might have to, or make them myself, one or the other. But that is definitely a good idea though. But the shirts, man, it's really surreal. Like I said, like you heard my story. We didn't go into depth with everything, but just to have that and be able to be in this moment, it's just I cherish it, man. Always being the guy looking, outside looking in. Like I've never been able to experience all this stuff and to be able to be, in a situation like this. So it is amazing. I love it. I love being able to be on this team. I love the guys I'm around. The O-line is making me look amazing.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? And the perimeter, the receivers are doing their job. Like we're all working together to be successful. You know what I mean? If I'm not blocking for Mac, the receivers aren't getting the ball. If the receivers aren't blocking outside, those outside runs aren't going to break. You know what I mean? If the guys up front are holding their own, you know what I mean? Then we're all we can't do anything, right? So I cherish the team that I'm on, man. I'm happy that I can be with such an amazing group of guys, man. That just, it feels like a family, man. We're all cool. We hang out every day, laugh, joke, you know what I mean? Like winning is fun, yeah, but we were like this in camp, you know what I'm saying? So it's just good to see that bonding. We were able to gel fast and just we're rolling now. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Hey, helps when you're winning, right?
exactly. It definitely helps when you're winning for sure.
Wes, hey, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Hey,
Wish you the
thank
best
you. I
this week
appreciate
and
it.
future weeks as well. And keep on killing it out there, man. Like I said, you got a lot of people rooting for you, and it's great to see great talent like yourself in this league.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for taking the time to interview me, man. It was a pleasure. Hopefully we can do it again.
Yeah.
And we got some more positive takes after games. So
Let's
we'll
just
do
say I would
hopefully.
love a follow-up. Have a good one, Wes. Best of luck against
Man, you
Memphis.
too. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Have a good one.